Hello, you guys. The message that I want to deliver is how to create or have a lifestyle for happiness. I am living this life for almost a year and I feel so great and so good about it. Yes, it involves a lot of change, it involves a lot of discipline, it involves a lot of consistency, but it's definitely doable. And I'm gonna break down in 5 different steps on how to create a lifestyle for happiness. So, watch this video completely till the end. Excuse the background noise, there's gonna be lots of birds chirping in the background because I'm outside around 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's so serene and amazing outside. All our life is just gone by chasing happiness, by assuming that if you achieve this dream you're going to be happy, or if you're going to be with a certain person we're going to be happy. All of us are in the same category, believing that if you're going to get or have something we're going to be happy, and we do get it, and boom, in a minute happiness goes off again. We start looking for something else. Today's video I want to deliver the message how to create a lifestyle for happiness which is going to be permanent, and it is not all about achieving something but realizing something. So having said that, let's get into the video. So in my previous episode I actually talked about my lifestyle in the beginning. I'm gonna link that video down below so you can see what exactly that video is about. So this video is a continuation of that. After going through so many trials and errors, I got to understand one thing, that if I'm gonna have something or if I'm gonna achieve something that is not giving me permanent happiness, it's just like the sense of accomplishment. To be honest, it gives a pleasure for a certain amount of time and then it's gone. Lifestyle for happiness is very easy to accomplish, at the same time very difficult to accomplish, because it's completely changing our thought, our mind, our body. So it's going to be a complete change, but believe me, it's totally worth it. Creating a lifestyle for happiness involves two important things. It is mind and body. Outer success or the outer material thing or anything, a person or a success or a position or a fame or money is not giving permanent happiness. That part I'm very clear. If you want me to elaborate on it, I will definitely do another part of the video. The first thing that needs to be done for creating a lifestyle for happiness is to keep the mind and body aligned. Never thought about all of this, right? When I was in the process of doing it, I couldn't understand how to keep the body and mind aligned. The minute it gets aligned, we get happiness, and the minute it just goes out of alignment, we are experiencing sadness, distress. Our mind cannot be engrossed in some kind of thoughts. For example, living in the past or living in the future, creating fear for future, pulling out sadness from the past. If this is how our mind is going to be, we are never going to feel happy at all. Our body is in the present, but our mind is either in the past or the future. So it's never going to create an alignment, and there's no point asking the question of happiness if this is how the condition of our mind is going to be. Our body cannot go to the past and our body cannot go to the future. So which means our mind also cannot go to the past or to the future. Unless the body and the mind is aligned, the first step of lifestyle for happiness is impossible, because all the other step is going to depend on this base. How to do it is all going to come in the later part. The second most important thing for creating or having the lifestyle for happiness is all about watching the food we take in. One is for the mind and one is for the body. None of us would ever think about food for mind, right? There is actually food for mind, and food for mind is more important than the food for body. Body is here and mind is here. Now the thing is, the mind can control the body, but the body cannot control the mind. These two has to work together so that we have happiness, we have peace, and we have calmness. If these two are trying to pull each other apart or try to crash each other apart, it's never going to be happy at all. Food for body is obviously, we know, vegetables and all the good things that we need to eat. Watch what we eat. But what about the food for the mind? It's all about the thoughts that we have. Now, thoughts are basically information that we gather here and there. For example, I just open the social media and I kind of see something that kind of makes me feel a negative emotion, that even I want to get that, or probably why I don't have it, or how to get that. All of this thing is actually the information, and the information gets into the head and we kind of process it in our own ways. That can either result in fear or disappointment or sadness. All of this kind of emotions are caused because of one single thought. So thoughts are basically the food for the mind. The food is right for the mind. That is, the thoughts are right for the mind. Our mind is going to be amazingly fine. And if our mind is going to be amazingly fine and we take right food for the body, our body is going to be fine. Now when the mind and body are going to be fine, obviously we'll be in harmony and we are going to have amazing happiness, or the sense of groundness within ourselves. And that is such a great feeling. Just cannot put out in words how it feels, but nothing can substitute for that. And it is not temporary, it's going to be permanent, provided we keep aligning both body and mind together. Third important thing that we need to do to create a lifestyle for happiness is workout. Nowadays, workout is all about going to gym, trying to have fancy outfits for gym, weightlifting and all of that thing. It is not about all of that. I've never been to gym. Movement for the body is all about being sure that we are able to walk, bend and sit and sleep in peace. I can do a separate video on that, the kind of exercise that I do for the body, which is very simple and it can be done even by elderly person. This is something very important. Workout for the mind. And the word meditation is completely abused these days. There are 3 different types of workout for the mind, which I have actually found the best that works out for me. I'm going to talk about that in another video elaborately on how we can achieve it. People work out like crazy thinking that that's going to make them feel good, but that is so temporary. If your mind is worked out, that feeling of happiness is long lasting compared to the bodily happiness. Having a lifestyle for happiness is focus on the mind, little focus on the body, and not the other way around. The kind of life that we live in is all about complete focus on the body, weight training, that training, putting body through extreme pressure and not doing anything for the mind. That is what is not creating the balance at all. The past 1 year I've been doing consistently, constantly. I get up early in the morning, I do certain things so that my workout for the mind is sorted for the day. Even if I don't do body movement, I make sure that I don't skip my mind workout at all. Workout for mind and exercise for body. These are the 2 things that's very important to create a lifestyle of happiness. The 4th important step to create the lifestyle of happiness is having a set routine. Habit is something that we just do unconsciously everything. Taking bath or brushing the teeth, morning chores that we regularly do is a complete habit. So we don't put our mind into it at all. It's just automatically happening. And that is not what I'm talking about here. It's about having a consistent routine for the mind to be present during the task. Every single time we pull our mind into the present task, that is going to create harmony between mind and body. Most of us are very expert in college or classroom. We sit here and we listen to the lecture, but our mind is somewhere else. It's just the body that is present and the mind is wandering somewhere. So that is not the kind of thing that we're talking about. And now we've become so expert in that our 99% of the life is all about body doing something and mind doing something. That is the reason for all kinds of sorrow, misery, sadness, anxiety and all of that, because the body and the mind are not aligned. Bad habit that we have picked up in class, we gotta unlearn it, otherwise it's gonna be really difficult. And that habit is gonna reflect in every single part of our life. Making sure a consistent routine with mind being present. Setting a right time and eating at the right time is really important. At the same time, the workout for mind has to be done at a set time, otherwise it's very difficult to do it. We naturally lean to the side that is so easy and without much effort, that is getting into bad habit. So we got to put in so much effort to make sure that the good habit is all the time sticking with us and we follow it and do it. The 5th important step for the lifestyle for happiness is going to be conscious consistency. We brush, we take bath, we go to office, we go to college, we just do everything every day. But are we doing it conscious? No. All I know is I'm late and I gotta hurry up. Conscious consistency is something that gives a drastic change in my life. There are certain steps, doable steps that I have found out that works the best for me, and I'm going to share it with you in another video. Conscious consistency is what brings a change in our life. If you are going to do something consistent without our mind being present or without putting the conscious effort, the result is going to take a lot of time for us to achieve, and that is the reason we kind of get tired of it and we lose the consistency. The minute we try to be conscious, there is going to be a drastic change in the mind and the body, and I personally experienced it. Now, these are the 5 steps that we need to take and change immediately. 5 steps is something totally new. It's basically getting rid of the old lifestyle and forming a complete new lifestyle, and it is going to take a lot of effort and time and energy to get this sorted. But once we get it, it is going to have a lasting and an amazing change within ourselves, and that is what I've been experiencing for the past 1 year, and I feel so great within myself. I am going to break down every single topic in my later videos in the next episodes so that it is actually and practically doable in our regular life. That is what I'm going to share it in my next episode, so watch out for that every video on Monday. Hope you found my video really inspiring and motivational. If yes, then do not forget to leave your thoughts and comments below. If you want to constantly stay in touch with me apart from YouTube, follow me on Instagram at Adity Iyer. My Instagram username is given here, just follow me there. Do not forget to hit the bell icon while you're subscribing to my channel so you can watch all my videos directly on box with just one click, and it's absolutely free. One of the circle is for this current channel and the other circle is for my second channel. Take a second to hit on those circles. You're going to get instantly subscribed to my channel for free so that you can get all my videos safely onto the phone. Thank you so much for staying in. Bye.